All right, so let's go ahead and get going. So I just want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to join us here. I'm really excited, and I know Pit Crew as a whole is really excited about our new customer grading report. And I know you will be too, because it is really going to help you attract and retain your best customers and give different marketing messages to your customers. And it's just going to be fabulous. So that being said, let's go over some housekeeping items. Oh, well, first let's do introductions. So my name's Cynthia Hadaball. I'm the Director of Client Services here with Pit Crew, just about to celebrate my 1-year anniversary. Very exciting. And we have on the line Larry. I'm going to have you introduce yourself. So Larry Sherwanka, he's our evil scientist. Want to say hello?
I could just say hello, or I could say I'm good. I've actually been with Pit Crew now 5 years.
Very good. And then, of course, we have Phil Jackson, our Business Development Manager. Phil, if you want to say hi.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining. We are, as Cynthia said, we're very excited about this data that we're going to show you and how it pertains to getting you better business. So excited for you all to be here. Thank you for joining. We'll talk over.
Perfect. So just some housekeeping, and you guys are veterans, you know this. Keep yourself muted. We know shops can get loud. We will have a Q&A session at the end, but at the same time, we welcome questions mid-presentation. You can either put them in the chat button or raise your hand and just start talking. We're happy to hear from you. We will be sharing some information via chat. So speaking of chat, maybe just take a look at your screen. You should see a little text message bubble icon on top there. You can type messages in there if you want to reach out to us. And we'll, like I said, we may be sharing information there as well. So kind of go over your agenda. Why are you here today? So we're going to talk about why should you use a customer grading report. We'll talk about the types of customers in the grading report. We'll talk about the numbers and the grades that are assigned to them. What do they mean? How do they help you? We're going to show you how to access your grading report. It is live right now in your Pit Crew portal. And we're going to give you some tips on how to market to the different customer types. And of course, like I said, we'll have the Q&A at the end. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the presentation over to Larry here. So Larry is we call him the evil scientist, our CTO, COO, and he is the developer behind the grading report. So he's going to tell us a little bit more about it.
All right. So I guess the best place to start is the why. Why would you want to grade your customers? Why would you want to know what they're doing? And what I'll mention then is, then look at Amazon, Netflix, Starbucks, Airbnb, Spotify. They got to where they are because they pay attention to what their customers are doing. They pay attention to their purchases, when they purchase, what they purchase, why they purchase, how they purchase. And what we think is important you can then do with that data is you can then change how you talk to the customers. How do you message them? What do you say to them? How do you engage them? And the only way to do that is to have this data, which is what we've created in this customer grading report. And right now it's very generic. It's across all shops. If we work with you later to build out this report for you, we will obviously be making the grading report to fit your shop, your customers. But the idea, again, is to know who are your VIP customers? Who are your so-so customers? Who are you about to lose? Who are customers that should be in but aren't in? And the only way to know that is with the data. So I don't know, Cynthia, if we have other slides you want to show or go to. Yeah, so you got, customer types. We have more customer types in this, but the idea, again, is to group together customers who have similar habits, for lack of another word. Customers that come in every 3 months, spend $500 versus customers who come in once a year, spend $70, or the loyal customer, which in most cases is actually your fleet customer, obviously, someone who's bringing a car in every week or every 2 weeks. They're constantly in your shop doing something. But what we don't know without looking at the data, without grouping them, is what are they doing? Are they, do they have a rewards card? which keeps the customer around more? Are they redeeming their rewards? Are they referring other customers to you? If you have a charity, are they participating? If you're in a special, are they doing the specials? So you want to know what are these people doing? How are they doing it? And then change how you message them. Because right now, typically all shops, all businesses, you send the same message to everyone, and we think personalization is just changing their name, and there's a lot more to it than that. So we're showing you here is this VIP customer, and the current setup of this system is based on numbers that we got from the shops by looking at what are shops telling us are their best customers, their customers are losing, how much are they spending, how many times are they coming in, how often are they coming in. And that again is where this report is set right now as a generic report as a starting point. When we work with you individually as shops, these numbers will all change to fit your customer base and what you want the customer to do. And that's a bigger important part of why you do data analysis and look at your data, is to know, how do I make these customers get to where the 80% of the things we're saying are recommended services, they're doing them. Get them to 100% of when you say these services need to be done or your car is going to stop working. These are critical that they're doing them. How do we move them to that point? And part of knowing how to move them to that point first is identifying who's doing it and look at those customers and go, how do they act? What do they do? And then how do we get other customers to pretty much mimic that or do that? And then how do we on our side treat them all in a way that moves them to becoming these VIP customers or these great customers or the loyal customers? And the funny thing is, looking at these numbers, what we realize, and I'm sure all of you have heard of the 80-20 rule, and we see it here constantly, this 20% of your customers that are your VIP, your good, your great, your loyal customers are generating 80% of your revenues. It's all coming from this group. And you want to target that group, obviously, but then you also got to realize you lose customers, people move, things happen, they get a new car. So you need a way, then how do I take these customers that are slipping a little, identify them and get them moved up so they become a VIP customer, a great customer, or a better customer.
Perfect. And so we have the slide here with the VIP customer grade and the math that kind of went behind it, as Larry was explaining. But also, like he said, we can tailor this for your shop. So if you have a specialty shop where your average ticket is $750, $800, then the average spend may kind of vary a little bit there. And in this slide deck, I kind of included the grading behind the different types of customers. But I know if we go in detail over that, your eyes are going to glaze over. But as always, you're going to get a copy of this presentation, and we will send you what the grades are in there as well. So I'm just going to kind of skip through these right now.
And one thing I'll point out as you're skipping through is just, if you notice, even at the new, like here, the new customer last chance, if you're trying to do a campaign, you're going after these to get them to come back in, the message you give to the A, B, C customer is a little different than the DF. The DF are not quite as good of customers as far as doing what you would like them to do. And that's the reason we have this more detailed grading within the group.
Right, exactly. So you can really tailor your offers, maybe a big offer to a new customer, you're about to lose, who spent, over $400 as opposed to someone who's only been in once and spent, $50. Okay, so give me just one moment while my slide catches up here. Oh, all right. So what I do want to show you is how do you view these reports? So like I said, they are in Pick Her Rewards right now. So if you're in your messaging hub, you're just going to go to the orange toolbar here on the left-hand side and click on reports. And then you'll choose a report by clicking that drop-down menu. And as you can see, we do have some other new reports in here you may not have seen before. We have a new customer report, an active and inactive roadside report, but here, this is the one we're going to focus on right now, which is the customer grades. So we'll select it, and then you go ahead and hit go. And it is pulling a lot of data, so it does take a second or two to load. But as you can see, here it is. Here's the report, nice and colorful. We have the grades of the different customers. We have the status, so are they loyal? Are they a good customer? So, maybe an existing customer that's slipping. Their name, we included their first visit. So when did they come in for the first time? How long ago that first visit was, when their last visit was, how long ago their last visit was, how many visits they've had total. So, in this example here, we have Deborah and Stephen Chen. They've been in 26 years since this shop has been on the loyalty reward program. What their average spend is, do they have a card, can we market to them, their email address, and their text number. So a lot of great information here. And you can always sort by category by clicking on the header there. We also have charts. A chart makes it a little bit easier to digest. That will show you how many new customers you have, last chance, how many loyal customers you have. So you can see we're doing a good job here at the shop. Loyal customers, new customers, the one and done, good customers, so customers, and kind of breaks it down that way for you. And here's kind of the proof is in the pudding as far as customer longevity and loyalty with our rewards card as opposed to not. So again, this shop is an example of VIP customers. Their VIP customers, 100% of them have the loyalty reward card. They are rewards card holders. If you look here at the one and done, so 458 of them do not have rewards, 29% of them do not. So you can see in the lower numbers that if they don't have a card, they generally don't stick around. Same thing in the lost customer here. So the percentages are a lot different when you look at your VIP versus your great and your loyal customers, 100%. Did you have anything to add, Larry, as far as the numbers and what we've seen in the data?
No, other than, and it does show what, and something we're going to add to this is showing whether or not they've done a redeem. But yeah, if they have a card and if the card's active and it hasn't expired, because these one and dones could also be the cards has expired, they're going to come back in, they're going to keep doing stuff. But if they don't have a card or if they never use their card, they're more likely to leave. And again, by having this grading system, you can then target them with a message that fits what they're doing, how they're acting, as opposed to just sending the same message to everyone and treating all of your customers as if they're the same. And we know, all customers are not the same, and all customers don't want to be treated the same. They don't want to get the same canned message over and over and over again. And that one's a key one too, that I just want to bring up, just because it went through my head as I was doing it, is one thing that we will be getting with all the shops with more is to make sure that you are changing your messages every few months. Because someone that keeps getting the same exact message with the same exact verbiage, reminding them about the same exact thing that needs to be done, they're going to quickly wonder, is there a human in here at all?
Right. You tend to dismiss it if you're hearing the same thing over and over again. And then as far as
I just wanted to make one quick comment, if I could. I couldn't resist. I tried. When we talk about the customer, having a card, it's important. It's not the card, right? It's the program. So if they're not enrolled, that means that they're not being communicated to about all the benefits of the program. They're not being given the reminder that balance is expiring. They're not getting the reminder that roadside is expiring. They're not being reminded of the referral program. They're not even participating in the referral program. So it's that the least important piece of the rewards program is actually the dollars. It's front and center because it's a rewards program. They expect it, but it's the thing that buys you the right to communicate with them about the various pieces of the program that they will be losing. And that is the art of a rewards program, is moving between, the continuum of expanding and contracting benefits. I just wanted to get that in there.
Great point. It's that whole gamification. And I think Larry had something to add as far as that when we had talked earlier about Starbucks and Target and how they use their rewards program. I don't know if you wanted to share that now.
Well, it's how they look at their data. They look at what people are doing, and then they offer them stuff based on their data, which the data is a little different than obviously, a repair shop. You can't offer them a book based on the books they bought, but you can look at what are they doing, how are they doing, and think what's next. And that is also what this grading report allows you to predict, is who's going to come in next month and who's going to come in the month after that. So you can forecast what I should expect to see. And again, getting back to messaging, you can look and go, this person should have been in last week and they haven't come in yet. Maybe I should contact them and see why they haven't been in yet. And the one piece that was left out, Jeff, when you talked about the card and what it does, the card also allows you to then let them participate if you're doing any local charitable giving.
Absolutely.
Excellent point.
Yeah.
We've actually, when it comes to a consumer embracing and relating to the shop versus transacting with the shop, I've never in my 30 years in this industry seen anything change the relationship for the better or draw more customers to a shop than if they participate as a team to do something good in the community. And it's just incontrovertible evidence that we see out there. And that's whether it's with a rewards program or not. That has nothing to do with you working with us. It has to do with being involved, showing your goodness and your kindness. And a lot of people do that without a rewards program, but we just make it a little bit easier.
Good. So I did put an example of how you could say, for example, the shop wanted to push a trip inspection, right? Memorial Day is coming up. You want to get the cars in for CVIs. The bays are a little empty. So you decide, hey, we're going to do a promo for a trip inspection. So instead of sending everybody the exact same message, hey, come in for a free trip inspection, this is how you could kind of word it differently for your different customer types. So if you have a VIP customer, you would just make it very personal, right? Hi, Larry, it's Dave from ABC Car Care. Just checking in to see how you are. If you're planning a road trip this summer, we would be happy to check out your car at no charge. Just give me a call, right? So it's very personal. The customer feels like, hey, they're just thinking about you. You're engaging them in conversation. You're asking about what their summer plans are. So it's a really great message to them. For a loyal customer, right, these are your cheerleaders, your loyal customers. They're the ones you're going to get referrals from. They're excited to come in to see you, and they probably refer a lot of customers to you. So in this case, you would just say, hi, Larry, as a rewards card member, you have earned a free road trip inspection this summer. This offer is good for your friends and family as well. Call or text to schedule, right? So you're encouraging them to, hey, share this offer with friends and family. Customer, or their friends and family are just like them, and those are the types of customers you want to bring into the shop. And then by that same token, if you have a new customer, right, you talked about the program and you enroll them, but they still may not be familiar with it. So we're going to give them a little bit of education, and that would be, hi, Larry. Thank you for coming into ABC Car Care. You may not know, but as a rewards card member, you receive exclusive benefits, right? So that makes me excited to be a part of the shop. And this month we're offering a free road trip inspection. So call or text to schedule in. So again, just some samples on how you're promoting the same item, but you have a different message for your target audience. And then we also have an example of something I think could be very valuable for the report is reviews, right? And most of our shops have been around for a long time, a couple hundred Google reviews. Do you need any more? Maybe not. But every once in a while, a Karen comes in, right? And no matter what you do, you just can't make them happy. And they write a bad review because you didn't have environmentally friendly, coffee Keurigs, something silly. So maybe you need to bury that review, right? You want to get some other customers to write reviews. So we could go to your loyal customers or your VIP and send them a very personalized message. Hey, Larry, it's Cynthia, owner of ABC Car Care. I just realized you've been a rewards card member for 2 years, right? we're building our Google reviews, and we would love to get the perspective from a long-time rewards card member. Would you do me a favor and write a review? And we can include the link. And then by that same token, we could create new fans. So, right, we could target your new customers. And at that phase in their journey with you, right, we don't need them to write a Google review necessarily, but maybe we want to see how the experience was. We want to check in and see how our advisors did. Did they like our lobby? Were they comfortable with our amenities? So we could thank them for being a new rewards card member. You'll soon learn that satisfactions are #1 priority. Please take a moment and answer a brief survey. And as a thank you, we'll add $10 to your loyalty reward card. And we can include a link to an internal survey. They're incentivized to answer because we're going to add money to their card. And you could even take it a step further. We have a shop that's on the line here. Every time their customers answer this, they get enrolled in a raffle to win a gift card. So it's really gamified, makes it exciting, and gets the customers engaged. Larry, did you have anything to add to that?
No, again, it's just about, unless we have this grading report, unless we know who these different customers are, we're just going to keep sending everyone the same message. And by actually personalizing a message, which is not just about putting someone's name in it, but changing the message based on the type of customer they are, the statistics out there, all the data proves that this truly engages your customers and does a better job of getting them to come back into your shop.
All right, so we have some takeaways, and then we're going to open it up to Q&A because I know you guys have a lot of questions. So what I would encourage you to do is after we sign off, go and log into your report today. Remember, you're just going to go to the left-hand side, orange toolbar, click on report, click the drop down, and click the grading report. And then decide what customer types do you want to focus on, VIP, loyal. Do you want to try to turn those one and done customers around and bring them back? Let's create a plan. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I'll put my contact info and Phil's contact info here in the chat. Please reach out to us. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you. We can pull your report and tailor your messages for your different customer types. And most importantly, make it fun and execute someone. That's Larry's little joke there. So
That was
all right,
cute.
so yeah, it is. I have a Phil's typing. Oh, he's put in his contact. Awesome. All right. So what questions do you have for us? Feel free to unmute yourself and just start talking, or you can write them in the chat. Nobody has any questions?
Cynthia, I had just one comment.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody
absolutely.
has questions here, but I think what this is going to show you, if you haven't thought about it already, which I'm sure the shops have, is, you know, what is a VIP customer? Because it's going to change a little bit per shop, like you had mentioned. But what behaviors are you trying to drive? And I think you see these regular customers coming in, you might view them as this ideal customer. They might not be the ones that are actually saying yes to your work. Might not be the ones that are driving referrals and talking strongly about you. So at least this grading report should make you think, what is my ideal customer and how do we get more of those, right? So you'll see from the data, and the data doesn't lie, you'll see from the data who is spending, how they're spending, what they're saying yes to. And then the idea is you can go get light customers to that. You can tailor it to go a little bit more aggressive back to your one and done customers, because I mean, they're lost already. So we may as well try and get them back, or maybe we don't even try and get them back because they came in and they said no to everything. And maybe we don't want those customers. We don't want to use time on those customers because every customer is not a good customer. So you don't want to waste your time going to chase those guys. But what the data shows you is those people, right? Are those people, and it might be even for those one and done customers that have not spent that much, or maybe they did spend. What did you guys do wrong? It might be a little bit of a personal call. We used to call shops individually if they became a lost customer, but they had spent a certain amount. So maybe a customer's come in 3 or 4 times, and then you've lost them. So I see a message in the chat, so go ahead.
Oh, so it's from Matt, and he just wanted to, he missed the explanation of the grading program. So maybe you could kind of recap, Larry. I believe Matt came in just a little bit late. We'll go back.
I
on
don't
the
want to hold
slide.
everybody up though.
Oh.
I can listen
Yeah,
to
we
the
can-
recording, Cynthia.
Yeah, we'll send you a copy.
Yeah.
No problem.
but-
Or I'll
Hi,
just give
Matt.
you a call after.
Howdy, Jeff.
But even
Yeah.
Matt here, we just kind of tailored one of his messages, changed it up a little bit and made it a little bit more personal.
I did have
Yeah.
a comment actually about, there's a lot of information here, and I think what's evident when I speak with shops, they're using many different people, marketing companies to communicate. There's a confusion sometimes about what's going out and when. And just so you know, we are a rewards first company that is built around social impact and community outreach. And the intelligence behind this program is not only meant for you to have to send something out from us. This grading report can also be used to target these people, and you can use our API with your other CRM companies if they want to grab messages from our system and send them out. But the most important part of this, before you get lost in minutia, is to get together with Phil or Cynthia, look at our entire playbook of what's available. And if you haven't done a playbook with Phil or Cynthia, you should. That looks at everything that we do, and then come up with the game plan so that you can weave this piece into your your continuum of messages that go out, so that you can look at what are we doing with whoever you're doing it with. It could be mechanic advisor, it could be my shop manager, and it could be us. We have people using all three, and invariably where people get tripped up is where do I insert this and not confuse everybody. So if we do this mind map where we look at everything that's going out from everybody and you build the game plan properly, we won't have a problem with overlap, and you can squeeze a few of these more important ones in. I don't know what you think about that, Cynthia.
Oh, I agree. I mean, our feelings aren't hurt if you're using something else for your CRM. Our whole goal is we're here to help. We're happy to meet with you, and our goal is to make your life easy, right? You've got enough going on, enough pressure on your shoulders. You don't need, more frustration. So Phil and I are here to help you come up with a game plan that's executable and easy, profitable, and most importantly, fun. So
When you use the tools, drive value back to the rewards program, because that's the most comprehensible thing to the consumer, is how this all relates to you communicating in a way that makes sense to them, that leverages the benefits that you're giving them, and takes them away as they don't behave the way they should. So you put your best foot forward and give everyone the rewards program like most of you do, with all the benefits, and then along the way you touch them to make sure that they are given every opportunity to come back in, and if they don't, then pieces of it fall away.
Yep. All right. What other
Yeah,
questions do you have? Oh, go ahead, Larry.
I was just going to say, I mean, to make sure everyone understands why do we have this? Why do we have a grading plan? What do we think we're doing? And the reality is the science behind it. What it proves, is you do if you truly give personalized offers. So you're looking at behavior and you're offering them stuff based on what they do, and you change the customer experience based on that, how you treat them in the shop, things that you do for them that are extras because of the type of customer they are. That data-driven approach does increase customer loyalty, and it increases repeat business. I mean, and it's why, again, like I said, Amazon, Netflix, Starbucks, Airbnb, Spotify all use data to drive their messaging and to drive how they operate. Because the data, again, as Phil said, the data doesn't lie. Our guts may say one thing, but the reality is the data shows you what are your customers doing, when are they doing it, how are they doing it, and what are they reacting to. Because it's great to send out the same message to everyone, but if no one does anything, it doesn't help. But if you can send specific targeted messages to groups of customers, and then you see them reacting, you've got a home run there, and you've got something you can keep building upon.
Absolutely. All right. And if there are no more questions, we will leave it at that. I thank you for taking time out of your busy day to spend with us. It looks like we concluded right on time, 30 minutes. And we will be sending a copy of this webinar to you. You can also always catch our past webinars on our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel, so check it out. And with that, have a great day. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Cynthia. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks. Bye.
See ya. Thank you.
Bye.